Hello, folks. Some exciting news for people who live in my neck of the woods is the ISS is going to transit the moon. It's going to be about 15 miles from my home, but I'm ready to pack up my portable mount and SCT and head out with my ASI 120 and see if we can't capture a nice set of pictures where the ISS transits the moon. So let me take you to the website that I used for this, and I'll need to share my screen in order to do that. So let's go to it's called transit-finder.com, and when you get there, just click on the home page and you'll get this screen. You can try using auto detect, but it doesn't work for me. I've been using the Transit Finder for several years and it's never worked. Maybe I don't know how to use it, but I thought all you did was click on it. You can select from a map, or if you happen to know your coordinates, which I do, I just go ahead and type those in. And then you can put your preferred, how far are you willing to travel, and then click on calculate, and it will bring up both solar and lunar possibilities. So on July the 14th, which is tomorrow, it's going to get reasonably close, and if you show on a map, you can see where this is where I'm located. Actually, let me move this aside if I can. This is where I'm located. So let me go back to this. And where can I find my transit finder here? Okay. I'm looking at all the transits that are near my home, and the one that appears to be the best one is about right here, and this one will split the moon in half, and this one's going to occur on July 26th at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, this is subject to change a few seconds in either direction, so you really need to take your iPad with you with this information on it, so that once you set up, then you've made a final check on what the new time is. Then you're going to set your, of course, you're going to be imaging the moon. Prepare to take a sequence of AVI files, but I would use a program like Fire Capture. I use SharpCap, and I would take an extended, a very long AVI file, and probably a 20-second or 30-second AVI file, and start it just a few seconds before. Started at, say, at 10 after, or at 4 minutes after and 10 seconds, and then start it and let it run for, say, maybe a minute. I'll need an external hard drive to save this data to, because I would quickly fill up my what's left on my laptop. But here are some other transits that are going to occur. Here's a solar transit, and let's see what time that's going to be. That's going to be on the 27th as well, and at 4 towards the end of the day, and let's see, it's down towards, if I take 26 and got off on 26, so at 4:55, the sun's pretty well in the sky still at 4:55. That would be a good time. So I'll be looking at the possibility of this as well. But this is a fun app to play with, and what you need really are, let me go up here. The moon's not quite full on the 27th here, but anywhere along this path, and you can continue. If you live in this neighborhood, you can continue, or you can extend your search to let me go back here. You can extend your search to say 300 kilometers, and if you're willing to drive, and you're I'll show you. Oh, I didn't do it. Dang it. Let me back up. Say 300 kilometers. Calculate. Oh, that's right. It's got to be 240. Then you have more possibilities, but you're going to be driving, and of course, from my location, from where I'm living, there's nothing. I mean, I can't set up in my backyard as I have right. You know, I have permanent setups, but nothing's going to be. This is showing what's going to pass over my home now. But when I go to, say, show on a map, I can say I want to recalculate for this position. And it will show me on the 27th of July at 4:55, and when we want to look on the map, you can see we're down here around Newberry and Joanna, where I was earlier, and but it shows you the whole stretch that you anywhere along this, given your GPS coordinates, is where you could travel to, and specifically set up and catch the transit as it passes the center of the sun, provided you have the proper gear. And then if you click on the all transits, then in the next 2-week period you can see everything that's going on, and kind of plan your travel plans, and head out and have some fun taking some lunar and or solar images. Okay folks, that's pretty much it. It's a great app. It's fun to play with, and it's also fun to plan a trip. And if you're going to be in somebody's front yard setting up, make sure you get some permission beforehand. But I like to find a school, and or a church, or a fire station, and because usually there'll be some people even in the summer working at the school. They'll be fascinated and they'll want to come out and see what's going on, but get permission. And the same thing with the church parking lot, or a fire station. In fact, we set up at a fire station, and they were willing to turn their lights off, so we wouldn't be bothered by those when we were doing one a few years ago. But if you can find a fire station along the route, and it's within reasonable driving distance, our school, or a place where, and they'll have lights, but that's okay when you're shooting the sun. and it's okay when you're shooting the moon, really, because light pollution is not a factor. But with that being said, guys, go shoot the sun or go shoot the moon with the ISS transiting. It's a fun way to spend an evening or an afternoon with a camera, telescope, and a mount, and of course, power supply.